This is the premiere, whatever the fuck. It's the Randcast teaser. Dates aren't really relevant. They will be at some point, and at some point I need somebody to count the damn podcast because it's so much better to be able to say podcast number this or podcast number that. I myself am getting fed up with the lack of disorganization. It's so friggin' hard when you're one guy trying to do everything. So I can sit there and understand why you guys would get frustrated as well. But what separates us from the other podcasts like these indie morons, other morons that have achieved somewhat that blow their shit out of proportion, and then the crazy, fresh, wet DJs like anybody affiliated with Conrad Thompson, who's fucking good, and also my man's, Casey James's man's, is Jim Cornette. What's the difference between us and them? Now, what we'll do here, Casey, we fucking say something?
Well,
get my thumb out of the way.
Yeah, I think the difference is we are the only podcast that's actually running a company while, commenting on the industry and our, obviously our experience in the industry. We're the only ones that run a wrestling promotion on top of all that. No one else is doing that.
Nope. And the only ones that have actually been there and done that. Like, even some of the guys that, I'm not going to bury anybody, that are notable, they can weigh in on this, that, or the other thing, but they really have no personal interaction, so their guess is as good as yours. Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to do real fast, and then what we'll do is go into the damn podcast, which is, again, available on Patreon. Stream our content and our Randcast, our podcast in its entirety, commercial-free on Patreon. Please don't forget to visit our official merchandise shop, Premier Pro Wrestling, on Pro Wrestling Tees. So, the big haps, everybody knows, is SummerSlam 2022. Here are the matches. And you guys know better than I did because I didn't see the shit. Roman Reigns versus Brock. Were you at Vince's when Brock was there?
No, he had just peeled out maybe a year before.
What's peeled out mean? He quit?
Yeah.
He went back to MMA.
Yeah, it might even been 2 years. No, he actually went to the NFL first. Remember, he stopped off
the Vikings.
The NFL, yeah.
Point being, did Brock end up, was he a product of OVW or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So here's the lineage. Casey was under contract for Vince working at OVW right after Brock came in. Did the boys talk about Brock?
No, because most of that crew had gone up to WWE.
Okay. Now here's another one, and again, don't come too quickly. Don't bust your load too early, or you're never gonna get more pooyah. And I think podcasting is like that too. If you come too fast, you're
when you're off the snide,
beaver.
then I'll start taking notes.
Off the snide?
Yeah, you're pooyah snide.
Oh man, I've had enough pooyah.
All right.
Bobby Lashley, now that was one of your bro hammers, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
See, now Casey James actually, did you ever work with him?
You know what? I did work in a couple tag situations.
Don't blow the nut here because we're going to put it into the commercial free. Did you ever work with him?
Yes.
See? Give me one of them.
Theory.
Give me one of those goofy Ed McMahons.
You are correct.
So do that here, and then when we go to the fucking thing, they got to pay to get the good shit.
Yeah. I'm good at doing that.
How about Austin Theory? You don't know that kid.
No, sir.
No, he's young.
No, sir.
McAfee and Corbin? I don't know either one. You don't know no Corbin, do you?
No, sir.
Okay. Fucking probably a good match, so I like Corbin.
Yeah, I like it. I like McAfee.
Now here, listen to this one. The Usos versus the Street Profits. Now they're youngsters compared to you and me, but with special guest referee Jeff Jarrett. Now, I didn't even know that. Jeff and I broke in at the same time, and we both cut our teeth, and we will talk about Jeff later in the commercial-free subscribe to Randcast. A lot about it.
Did you know SummerSlam, they did run Nashville.
Oh.
They ran the football stadium.
Wow, it's pretty damn ballsy.
Jeff was there.
It's pretty ballsy. You don't know nothing about Liv or no direct connection to Liv or Rhonda.
No.
Let's see here. Bianca Belair or Becky Lynch. No. Bianca, I think, is a product of Booker T, though.
Yes, sir.
You have any fucking Booker T connection?
Yeah, he was the champion when I was on SmackDown.
Okay, so then we'll talk about Booker T also in the Randcast in its entirety, commercial free on Patreon. Now, this, we have to talk more about it and get personal. this is something that transcends more than just wrestling, because over half of Miz's followers and people interested in Miz come from the program, but you were good friends with, what's his real name?
Mike Mizanin.
Say the last name?
Mike Mizanin.
Mizanin. What nationality is he? Polish kid?
Must be, yeah.
So, what about his old lady?
Yeah, Maurice, yeah.
Did you know her before they got married?
Yes, sir.
See, that's something that these guys that everybody follows in the indie tards, the tards go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. You know what I mean? Casey and Mizzy were brohammers, and you don't know Logan Paul, neither do I. How about, you had to have some
With Ray.
personal connection with Ray, as I do. Let's talk about Ray, because I was fucking with Ray when he was a kid at WCW.
Yeah.
You know? Who's the Judgment Day?
Damian Priest.
Ooh, I like
Finn
that.
Balor.
Oh, shit, are they heels?
Yes, sir.
How's Finn as a heel?
Pretty good.
Cool. We'll fuck with that, but I want to fuck with, that's the entire WrestleMania?
I guess so. SummerSlam? Yes,
SummerSlam, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's do that this week. This is stuff that you can't get anywhere else. You know, the other part of it with us is training. You're not going to get trained by better people that know this industry from the inside of the ring out. I was a performer for almost 30 years before I came production manager, in part creative, in part live events coordinator for Impact Wrestling when our ratings were the highest. And Impact was the second highest rated television program on Spike TV. Again, guys, we're going to talk about all this stuff in depth. And even non-wrestling fans will give a shit about Maurice and Miz, because wrestling fans don't tend to watch Miz and Mrs. Right or wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I think it does go into mainstream.
I don't know one. I don't know one wrestling fan that watches it. You know?
Yeah, I do.
But I do keep seeing the clips which are entertaining. And also, the goddamn thing keeps getting renewed on the network. You know? So this is stuff that we have that nobody else has, which means it really is, quote, unquote, exclusive in the industry of imitators and assholes. That was pretty good. We're going to use that.
Imitators and assholes.
Don't forget, Premier Pro Wrestling Tees. I'm going to have it uploaded before this, and you'll see it there. One of my favorites, my current favesy up there is We Kick Ass Till We Smell Shit, Premier Pro Wrestling, and get the rest of our podcast in its entirety through Premier Pro Wrestling on Patreon, and it really isn't that much. You get a lot more than you pay for, and I've been told that before we even started on this new format. All right, then. Thanks all for listening. Again, we'll see you over after the paywall.